Hey guys. All right, welcome in. The Blitz, week 7 is upon us, and week 6 is now in the history book. We have a special guest this week, not only Anthony Castriciano. Say hi to the fans.
Hello, everyone. How we doing?
And our co-host, Dylan Perone.
So, what's going on, everybody? Hope you're enjoying your Friday night. Looking forward to watching some football on Sunday. And for all you Giants fans in the chat, because I know we have a few, me and Cass are feeling your agony that we saw last night.
Absolutely. But on a fantasy note, not as much agony for you.
Yeah, it did salvage some fantasy points, which was good. We'll get to that when we go through the breakdown.
Absolutely. You guys have any opening statements? Cass, it's your floor. It's your week.
Yeah, I think we should give Cass the floor. I know he has some things he wants to say, some people he wants to call out. So
go ahead.
I'll save it for when we do like the power ranking stuff. I just want to say Curse is continuing.
Curse continues.
all right,
Yep.
cool.
Did you get a win last week?
I did, but I got a win and then lost Michael Thomas again and Mostert. So
True. You're right. All right, let's take a look at it. Dive deep right into your matchup. All right, so looks like you snuck out your second win of the season.
Yeah, give everyone a quick standings look
Chris.
real quick. Give us a quick standings look real quick. Just see where we're at.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep. So I guess the only really jumps is it looks like Weezer lost, so he dropped down to 6th. It's a significant jump. Me and Cass got our wins, so we're out of the bottom tier. Big stuck to the bottom, sadly. Not too many jumps. The middle kind of stayed consistent a little bit. Chris Camarote lost. And then, of course, I said Weezer lost, but Don won. So Don in 4th place. I think that's one of the highest he's ever been in. So
By far, ever. Even for a week.
Yeah, kudos to him. But the middle seems pretty close, up for grabs, within a game or two. Points for is pretty consistent. I mean, Sal has a significant lead, but other than that, everyone else is pretty tight. I mean, even you're in 1st place, and then me and Cass are like only 20 points behind you. So it's really anybody's league still. Definitely not over. So don't want to see anybody giving up.
Yeah, I mean, you're literally looking at 10 people that are within a game or two. So much season to play here.
Get into a recap.
So Cass was able to pull up a win against Chris, who drops to 3-3. You climbed the ladder a little bit. How'd you win this one with even through the injuries?
Nice.
Matt Ryan started me off really well. I mean, I've been hoping this is how he was going to be, just waiting for Julio. Julio came back, and it's what he is. See, like the 3 good weeks are with Julio. The other 3 are when Julio didn't play. So it just shows how important Julio Jones is to Matt Ryan.
Yes.
So hopefully he stays healthy. And then it was honestly like a blowout all week. All Sunday. I didn't really have to stress that much.
Yeah. For once.
Yeah, that is true. My kicker had the 2nd most points on my team.
Well, he's back from injury.
He's a beast. A big beast.
What's up? So many points on that team. I don't think he misses, right?
He's good.
Yeah,
he is good.
So if I have Matt Ryan, and if they don't really score, then I have Koo. So I cover that whole offense basically.
But a lot of key injuries on both sides this year in general. He now loses Ertz, who really hasn't done anything anyway. He lost Barkley earlier. You lost Michael Thomas earlier.
Eckler too. He lost, and Melvin.
Melvin Gordon basically shot himself in the leg.
Yeah. So I mean, Cass put up 130 without those guys. It's big. I want to talk about Chris a little bit.
And now most gone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people talk about like the injury bug, but Chris is low-key really taking a bad injury bug. He lost Saquon for the year. He just lost Ertz. Ertz is on IR. He picked up Devontae Freeman. We just saw him get hurt on Thursday night, yesterday. And then Gallman kind of took over. I think Freeman will be back, hopefully. But I know he drafted Ertz, I think in the 4th or the 5th round. So Chris took a lot of hits too. And yeah, look at his bench, man. I mean,
he does have Jefferson and T. Higgins, but
he's very
running back though, you know?
Yeah, what we talked about a couple weeks ago, how guys that are really deep at receiver and like might need a running back, maybe package a receiver or two and look for a trade. He should definitely do that. Look at his receivers. Justin Jefferson, he has on his bench. T. Higgins on his bench. He has Chris Godwin and Adam Thielen. And who else does he have? He has another receiver too. Oh, and Gallup.
Like a Godwin who's still lingering with injury.
Like this guy is like crazy receivers. His running backs are weak. So like I said, Devontae Freeman just got hurt. Darrell Henderson is in like a timeshare in that backfield. I think he's the best back, but still, it's not going to give him RB1 value. I think Chris is going to keep dropping unless he makes moves. I actually reached out to him last week, tried to make a move. We couldn't get a deal done. I ended up dealing with Junior, but I don't know. Cass, what do you think about Chris, your opponent?
I think he's in a rough spot. Like he does not have the depth at running back, and even if Freeman isn't seriously hurt, like he is awful. Like that, the bottom line. Like Gallman probably is the starter. Freeman, I think he started Freeman this week and he got under 1 point. So
0.8, I believe 0.7, 0.8.
He's already off to that's really a horrible start.
And both of them are in a committee. You know, both running backs are in like
anybody on the Giants in your starting lineup. I mean, let's be real.
Running back, like Daniel Jones is the leading rusher on the team.
You have to start Adrian Peterson, who's also starting to get overshadowed by Swift.
If there was like the bad thing about having those receivers is you can't start all 5 of them.
Yeah.
So it's like he's got to make some moves. He just lost his tight end too, Ertz. I know he drafted him pretty highly. He was like one of the top tight ends off the board.
So what does he do in bye weeks when the 2 running backs he does have as well? I mean,
I don't know. I mean, he's gonna have to play Peterson. I don't know. I mean, it was important that he started off 3-0. It's good that we should note that he didn't have Russell Wilson, who's a big contributor. Usually gives him like 30, 40 points a week with the way he's playing.
Yeah.
So I think that would have salvaged him a little bit. But yeah, if his roster stays like this, he's not going to win too many games. And I hate to see it because he started off strong, and I like Chris. I thought that this was going to be a better year for him.
Yeah, I mean, it's far from over.
He just has to make moves.
So, Cass, you talk about any things you've done throughout the week? This roster going into week 7?
With Thomas out, yeah.
I don't think I made any moves on Wednesday. There was not much on the waiver wire. Let me just check. I'm going to make sure. I did pick up Traquan Smith today.
You got Justin Jackson in the flex now. You're just going to stick to the receivers.
No, that's Chris. I don't have Justin. Oh yeah, Justin Jackson. I'm debating on him or Cooks. I don't know yet. I got
confused. That's the running back. Jesus.
Yeah, I didn't make that many moves this week. I wanted to save the money. Yeah. And I was expecting.
You have some depth now, though, even with the injuries. I mean,
I was expecting Michael Thomas was supposed to be back this week, so it's a killer.
Why are we hurt with the running back? Wait, is Gordon playing?
Yeah.
There's no decision yet, so you might get lucky with him.
Yeah, they said he's playing. This isn't my final roster for the week.
Well, that's why I'm just looking at the whole thing.
Yeah, I might put Justin Jackson in for Melvin Gordon, and then put Traquan, because Traquan Smith is the number 1 now because Sanders isn't playing either. So
has been a beast for last week.
Yeah, I have some decisions to make before Sunday.
Kirk's on the up, though. I mean, I know he played the Cowboys. The Seahawks secondary is pretty terrible, too.
Yeah, he's been looking good the past couple of weeks, and so is Cooks. I was hoping Edmonds would take the job, but doesn't look likely now. But keep him around.
Yeah, you'd have to take it away from Dylan. So.
Yeah, and hopefully Eckler should be back next week or the week after. Michael Thomas, I have no idea now.
What's Mostert's timetable?
I think he's 3 to 4 weeks. Yeah, not good.
They're not going to want to rush him back again, though, either, right?
Yeah, and he's just so good when he plays. It just keeps getting hurt. It's rough. But I think I have, like, if everyone gets healthy, like I really do think my team is very good, but
Gibson should have a good week against the Cowboys, I think.
Yeah.
Justin Jackson can be Jacksonville.
Yeah, the problem this week is I'm playing Sal, so
yeah,
gonna need him.
I stashed Joshua Kelly early in the season, but I think Justin Jackson's a better player.
Yeah, the last game he got, I don't know exactly
over, yeah.
Pass, but he had more snaps and more carries and
That's
stuff.
gonna be the PPR guy too out of the two.
Yeah, and
a lot of speed.
They're awful, so I probably will start him. Don't know in the flex or over Melvin Gordon. We'll see.
Yeah, I guess a little game time decision. All right, Dylan, you had an interesting game, possibly the most interesting game this week or last week.
Yeah, just go back one. I think this is I actually set a fantasy record. I'm the first person to ever play a ghost controlled team and get a victory.
It was closer than it looked.
Yeah, no, it didn't. The score of the game doesn't tell the whole tale. We had a pretty tight game up until the back end of the Cowboys game. Obviously he had the quarterback Murray, and he had Hopkins, who kind of had a quiet week, which is what let him down because he's normally good for 15, 20 a week. If you watch the game, him and Kyler just didn't look like they had the right connection. There were a lot of incomplete passes, but it was a tight game until Amari Cooper scored some garbage time touchdown for the Cowboys that put me at more ahead. And then if anybody was watching, I mean, I had already won anyways, but I'm sure in other leagues, Kenyon Drake busted out like a 60-yard run with a minute left in the game for no reason.
It was a lot of garbage points, I was going to say.
Just to add to injury. I mean, I would have won anyways, but that's good because you never know. Sometimes seeding comes down to 0.4, so I would take all the points I can get. Overall, recapping my team did pretty well. My running backs did what they needed to do. Miles Sanders ended up actually getting hurt. He ran for 100 yards, and he fumbled on like the 3, and then they picked it up in the end zone. If anybody was watching the Eagles game,
I got that.
Yeah, I was watching it with Cast actually, so he knows what I'm talking about. And then Sanders got hurt on that play. And then Wentz got a crap load of garbage time after that. Sanders probably would have got more, but that's not there.
Sanders also dropped that wide open touchdown.
Yeah, Sanders dropped a touchdown. So he left some points on the board, but, 100 yards. Since I traded for him, he ran for 100 yards 2 weeks in a row, so that's good. Baby's how you called it last week that Amari Cooper was going to pick it up. I think that poor performance of him last week was an anomaly. Juju's not on my team anymore. I traded him for Odell. We could talk to that. We could talk about that when we look at Junior's team because I had part of the trade. I get Waller back, but Trey Burton, I think I'm the king of plug-in plays. I plugged in Rex Burkhead versus Cast. He went off. I plugged in Trey Burton for 1 week versus Big this week. Maybe it's just an ant curse that when somebody plugs in a random player for 1 week, they go off against them because it happened to Cast and happened to Big. And then I had some solid production on my bench too. So just in case, Keelan Cole is a worthy flex. J.D. McKissick, low-key, catches a lot of passes. He's like a solid 12-point floor. So I think that my team is on the up. I made a lot of trades, but I think this is the best looking my team has been in terms of well-rounded everywhere.
Yeah.
So now I have Tyler Boyd, I have Odell Beckham, I have Amari Cooper as my 3 receivers, and I have Keelan Cole if I need him to throw in. So I think that gives me up there with Chris, one of the best receiver combos in the league, which is good. And then Boston Scott, whoever watched on Thursday night, he filled in great for me with Miles Sanders' absence, so I'll take that. I think I'm rolling right now. Not necessarily top tier, but I'm getting out of the bottom tier with my win last week and hopefully a win this week versus Don, who's been killing everybody, so that would be huge. I think I'm optimistic moving forward. I was a little bit worried in the beginning, but and then there's not really much to say about Big's team. 0-6. He's given up. He's not
Big's team anymore. So yeah, might as well not touch on it.
It is. So if Casper the Friendly Ghost could salvage him a win, that's great. If not,
so since we are blending, week 6 into week 7, how do you feel about your man Boston Scott with Miles being hurt?
Dude, honestly, he's better. Definitely a better pass catcher. I don't think Miles Sanders really catches any ball. And anybody saw the Giants lose on that touchdown.
This dude's shifty, man.
Boston Scott made a sick catch. So if Miles Sanders stays out another week or to get healthy, that's fine by me. I'll slide in Boston Scott. He caught like 5 or 6 passes, I think, which was great. And then Kenyon Drake, I'm not gonna get the production I got out of him every week. But if I can get a third of that production, I'll be happy. So I'm optimistic moving forward. I'm going to, I guess, important thing to note is I'm not going to be playing Fitzmagic anymore. He got his job taken away from Tua, so I am playing Carson Wentz now, who got a crap load of garbage time versus the Giants, as we already talked about. But I did pick up Tua. I think that, he runs a lot, and if Fitzpatrick was getting those kind of garbage time points with the Dolphins, maybe Tua can get me some rushing yards. So who knows? But I'm probably gonna rock with Wentz for now. He's pretty shitty if you watch him play, but he's a good fantasy quarterback.
Yeah, I have him in my other league.
Another new garbage time quarterback, huh? Player.
Yeah. So and he rushes. He only gets a rushing touchdown, which is huge.
All right, going. What you picking up? You picked up Perone, Lamico.
Oh yeah, Le'Veon Bell left, so just I don't know, just in case I lose another running back, maybe that guy will be okay. I mean, he's the Jets, so they suck, but we'll see.
Might break out at some point though.
Just taking some flyers with my extra bench spot. Just taking a shot on some guys just in case injuries, because we know this year players are dropping like flies.
What's that for?
I think, yeah. I mean, I talked a lot. Go to a different matchup. Black Sheep versus Joe. You want to do your? Why don't you do your?
Yeah, I'm gonna knock mine out really fast. It was
knock yours out, and I think you can cover your team. I know Cass wants to cover Junior's team, so you can cover your team, and then we can turn over to Cass. I think he has a few things to say.
Yeah, for sure. I think the whole week 6 was pretty rough across the board. Highest points were Don. That just says it all. There,
Don, me, and Cast.
But my Junior's game was a terrible, terrible matchup on both sides. No one really showed up to play. But 76 points is a disgrace to fantasy football. Kid probably shouldn't even be a manager of fantasy, but he still is. Matter of fact, I think he quoted that he said he would have beat everyone if it wasn't for Dak Prescott. And then he said that he would play Dak Prescott on the IR with no ankle over anybody else. So if I lost to him, I don't think I could. My credit would all be gone, to be honest.
Now he's got Tannehill at least.
I'd like Tannehill a lot. That's good. Ronald Jones is stepping up for me. That is huge for me. I still don't have much of an RB2, but most of it's gone, so maybe McKinnon can get back into that role.
Yeah, Jones.
Green Bay was horrible. There's nothing to be said there. I mean, Rodgers, Titanian both took a hit on that. But
I'll be getting more out of Rodgers and Hill, though. I think that was kind of an anomaly week,
Yeah, Hill's got to have a down week. But
yeah,
the Packers aren't going to get beat up every week, so.
Agreed.
My receivers are actually, I got plenty of receivers, as we talked about. I picked up Claypool and Fulgham as well on top of my 3-headed receiving core. So I'm looking to make a trade at some point. I don't have to pull the trigger right away since I'm 6-0. So I'm keeping it stashed right now. I do have bye weeks coming up on the receiving end. So that's pretty much where I'm at. Junior, I'm so happy Madison got 4 points. I don't care if it was against me. I'm just glad he got smacked in the face with Madison. I hope it continues. And Davis as well. And then I guess he traded Odell to you. Who was he got Juju? What else?
And Tannehill. He wanted a QB. Oh, we traded kickers. We traded kickers.
Yeah, we talked about that.
He gave me Elliott. I gave him Sly, and Sly got COVID. So
that was a Sly move.
And I want everybody to know, he sent me that. I had no idea.
You guys continue to make history. I think that might be the first kicker put into a trade.
Yeah, so Elliott got 0, but now so does Sly because he got COVID. Junior.
Tight ends are just pretty crap across the board again. Another year.
Yeah, unless you have one of the big time ones. Unless you have
the two.
I mean,
really.
Cass has been plugging in Jonnu Smith. He's been doing pretty good.
Jonnu Smith, I would count as maybe the third, but he had a bad week too.
Yeah, he's been up there. I think he got banged up a little bit.
He's in a streaky position.
Tannehill threw a touchdown to the backup tight end, I think.
Fisker? Oh, no, Fisker got some involved. He was the wide receiver. He got some involvement. I'm not sure why he's not starting CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah, I don't. Junior is just an awful manager, and
it's a shot.
Like this week, just
Chenault showed he can produce. not that weak.
I don't know how you possibly score 76 points in a full PPR league. It just
terrible.
Oh.
I mean, if you're not done, you know.
I want to know Cass comments on Junior's direct quote. I'm not sure how I lost this week.
Yeah.
Any care to comment on that, Cass?
Junior decides to type in the chat. I can't believe I lost this week. What can't you believe, Junior? You put up 76 points. I don't think you would have won in a standard league with 76 points. And then you trade away Odell for Smith-Schuster, who is just he looks like the third option right now. And again, he traded for a kicker with COVID, so that's really excellent. And this is exactly what he gets. He drafts handcuffs, other people's handcuffs, and that's not how you win. Like, he got lucky with James Robinson. He put $88 on Mike Davis, which I guess is a good move because he has been very good. But again, he wasted all his budget on someone that is going to be unusable in a week or two when McCaffrey comes back. And I don't really have many words for Junior. He's just not very good. And
this may become he may be around 90 points a week at this point.
Yeah, I think. Oh, and also, the Buccaneers signed Antonio Brown, so that's a big hit on Mike Evans.
That was a Tom Brady situation, I guess, but he's probably going to start Tannehill. I don't know, man. He was 1 week. There was one point of the season where he was putting up about 130, 140 on average. So he must have really shot himself because without, other than the McCaffrey thing, how do you tank that much from them?
Can you just go to his bench real quick?
Yeah. He took one big injury. I mean,
like his running backs are very bad. Like, he'll have McCaffrey and James Robinson, yes, but then what? Like, you can't start Mike Davis with McCaffrey back. Dalvin Cook will be back probably this week. And Naheem Hines is awful. He doesn't even catch balls, and that's what he's supposed to be good at.
So what was he trying to get out of the trade? Because you guys swapped receivers, just like Cass is saying, he didn't get any running backs.
I don't understand.
Like he didn't get anything to help his team.
He said he was looking for a QB, so Tannehill's numbers actually been really good.
Okay, yeah, he does. He did get Tannehill. Like, okay.
But I think
who goes out of the way just to get a quarterback?
If he's not going to play Tannehill, then it was a waste of a trade.
That's what I'm saying, because you have Brady and that team is stacked. So
if you look at Tannehill's stats, I actually didn't like giving him up because
I like Tannehill. He's consistent. He's going to get it done. Yeah.
I just don't think it's worth it to trade. Like, he basically gave you the better wide receiver just to get, I guess, a better QB, but I just don't feel like QB is that important unless you're getting like Mahomes or Lamar, those kinds of guys. I don't know.
There are two streaky receivers, though, so we never know.
Yeah, they're both hit or miss, but I think when Odell hits, he really hits, not as much as Juju does. I know Jarvis Landry's hurt, right? So maybe that'll mean more targets for Odell. I know Jarvis Landry's dealing with broken ribs, right? He's questionable to play.
Yeah, I just don't like Juju. I had Juju in my other league, and I'm just
so I could just trade you Claypool, and then you could have both anyway. You could have the better version of Juju.
Yeah.
Yeah, like again with Juju, like Claypool has overpassed him. Deontay Johnson might overpass him. I don't know. I'm done with Juju.
I wish they would list Claypool as a running back and just plug him in.
Yeah,
he's got more running touchdowns than like half their fucking running backs. It's been a crazy year, man, and we're only 6 weeks in.
Yep.
There's so much more football to be played if we get through it. I think we will. They might extend it. I think there's no Pro Bowl, I believe. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully we have no more delays. So, all right. So we got 3 more matchups. So this is our halfway point. So Cassie, the floor is yours to comment and tell the fans and tell the people what you want to say.
About what? Just anything?
Anything, I guess. Yeah. Dale said you have some things to talk about too. Was it a junior thing? Or yeah.
It was mostly junior.
Yeah.
I don't know if he has any shots to fire.
Yeah, anything else you want to say? It's true.
I'll fire shots based on the matchups we're covering. I don't have anything specific to say right now.
Gotcha.
We could just move on to the next.
All right, then why don't we just go right into Junior's matchup? You could take it.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see who he puts in.
This is for next week, so maybe he could fire shots on his upcoming match.
Yeah, I mean, Luke Liguori, I think, has a top 3 team in this league. His team is very good. Like, the trades he made were, I think he won most of them. I don't remember exactly, but he got Julio,
Cook, yes.
Oh yeah, Dalvin Cook's there. His running backs are already like stacked, and if Julio stays healthy, I mean, Julio, if he's the best wide receiver in football, I think he just never gets the red zone targets. But I don't know, maybe change. He got 2 touchdowns last week. I love Chris Carson. The Seahawks have a great offense. They're always in the red zone. And Kareem Hunt just catches. I think the Browns have they're the best running game in the NFL, and Kareem Hunt catches a lot of balls. I know he was dealing with some rib injuries, but I think he's fine. And he doesn't have to deal with Nick Chubb for a while. So I think Luke Liguori should win this matchup easy.
I think so. I think Junior's going to start to tank.
I don't think we looked at Joey and Sal's matchup last week, and we didn't look.
Yeah, we will. I just wanted him to see if he would take any shots at
Yeah, Junior is just awful. He knows. I told him that the trade that he made was awful. He's awful. He deserves to be punished. Hopefully he does, because he talks crazy in the snap group, and this is what he gets.
So and Junior Cass has you at 2-5 after this weekend.
Oh yeah.
All right. Let's take a look at the closest outcome of the week, literally by fraction of a point, between Luke, team you were just talking about being a top 3 team, and Nick and Danny, who just have had a tough year so far.
Yeah.
Looks like this could have gone either way, obviously. So
I think it came.
It
couldn't have came down to the Monday night game. I forgot exactly what the score was, but Luke almost lost because of the Dallas defense that he didn't even need to start.
Oh yeah, it's one of those.
I should have pulled his defense, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's possible to get -4, but I don't think it is. Or maybe if they didn't get that sack, he would have lost. Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
That's a good point. So I don't know why you start Dallas defense over the 32 teams that are out there.
And in hindsight, but he had the win already. Like, I think he shouldn't have risked it, but
we're just playing him down. But I think he dropped him anyway. We just looked at his next week. He's actually streaming a defense. It's not going to be the Cowboys. Mixon's out.
Yes, he is.
Big news here.
Yep.
Going forward, at least.
Another injury for Nick and Danny.
Roethlisberger had a terrible week. I mean, that really shot him in the foot. Even Burrow would have given the points he needed to win. That sucks. Deebo Samuel could have done it for him as well. I don't know why we're trusting Singletary anymore, but
they were trying to get
options there, I guess, right? Or
they offered me Singletary for AJ Green like 3 weeks ago. I wish I took it, but I mean, they're both nothing. Like AJ Green, I dropped. He's fucking awful, but I didn't trust Singletary.
He's only getting 11 carries, though, 10 carries. That's not going to cut it either.
I just don't think he's that good. Like, he's not really that athletic. He's not fast. And I didn't know about Zach Moss, so I didn't do that trade.
Yeah, his upside is straight touchdowns, and he's not getting those.
Yeah. I don't think he catches passes.
I mean, Deebo is only a matter of time for him to start getting some more looks.
Yeah, I think he could be a starter moving forward.
Like, I think this is one of those things where you try to chase the upside, right? I think they talk about this stuff a lot.
Yeah.
Singletary has a lower floor, I guess you would say, right? So
again, we're talking about running back depth, and because Mixon's out.
If it's a hard call between two people, just take the upside, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, no, of course.
Hey, CH put up a good week before Bell starts showing up, though. I don't know what's going to happen there. That's going to be interesting to follow.
Yeah, he had his best game of his career, and then I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do with Le'Veon Bell. I don't know why.
And he loses Mixon, now has to deal with that. But he does have Bell on his team. So
So again, that's kind of a waste if you're not going to play both.
it's a shit show for Danny and Mac. But
If
anyone knows how they feel, it's you and Big. So
yeah,
any words you can give them the rest of the season, being a two-manager team?
Work the waiver wire. They're both very smart. They could handle it themselves. It just sucks, Some things are just out of your control. Like they had Le'Veon Bell already. It's not like they picked him up. Like he could have been traded anywhere, and they got traded to the team that their running back is on, which just sucks. But I think they're both smart enough. They're both good enough managers to figure it out.
Yeah, I think I like the way you put that though. But control or there's things you can't control. But I was gonna say adding, try to control what you can control.
Yeah, like it sucks, but you can't give up. You gotta work the waiver wire, make some
Waste
trade.
your energy on the things you can't.
Yeah,
they're not gonna give up.
No, we know that.
They're both of them are way too competitive, and they
I wonder because you guys know or have more contact. I wonder who's making most of the calls. Is it straight 50-50? Is there any? I know they live together. Right? I wish we could get them on the podcast at some point. Maybe.
No, they used to.
Inside look.
They used to in college, but
okay.
I know that they do have different minds in terms of fantasy.
It's normal,
Lane's more conservative. I know Tooch is more trade heavy.
That's true. We know that from last year.
But I also know that they both know what they're doing. They both research a lot. They both pay attention. So I know that they were a big Super Bowl pick. I don't know about that right now because their team is in some rough shape, but they are playing big this week. Or Big's old team, I guess you should say. So he has become, sadly, a victory for everybody he's played so far. So if they want to turn their season around, I guess this is the week to do it. And then I think, we still got to do Luke Adduchio, Joey Koempel, Weezer, and Don. So go back to last week because Don took out Luke Adduchio, and then Joey took out Weezer. This was kind of a beatdown, but
go ahead, Joe. Take this one.
That's 2 losses in a row for Luke.
The Yeti, baby.
This week he didn't have Josh Jacobs and he didn't have Alvin Kamara, so I think we can give him a pass. 83 points is still rough, but he didn't have his 2 starting running backs, of course. I want to say this. I don't know if Lamar Jackson is holding up to the second round value that he drafted him at. Lamar Jackson's season last year was so great that his stock rose, rightfully so. But he might regret taking him because there were QBs on the waiver wire like Ryan Fitzpatrick, Ryan Tannehill, guys like that who are outscoring Lamar Jackson this season. Of course, Lamar, I'm sure he'll pick it up, but just for right now, if Luke is kicking himself, it's because of that. Still think he has a great team. His 2 running backs are ridiculous when they both play. If you could just look at his bench, and he had Lockett on bye too. I mean, so those are 3 starters that usually combine for like 60 plus points. So
whole team had a bye week. So.
Yeah. So I mean, normally he starts Tyler Lockett, he starts Alvin Kamara, and he starts Josh Jacobs. But I don't want to take the light week from Luke to take Don Shine because I think he was really the story this week and all season. He's 4-2. I'm super proud of him. His running back duo, if it's not Luke, it's him as the 2 scariest running back duo in the league. Deshaun Watson, although the Texans aren't doing great, he's a great fantasy quarterback, gets you rushing yards, gets you garbage time. And then George Kittle, arguably best tight end, if not second best in the league, catches a lot of passes. He's the number 1 target for the 49ers. Gets in the end zone. He's a monster. And then, I mean, he's got some solid receivers he could throw in too. I know N'Keal Harry kind of fucked him this week, but he didn't need it. But think about it. Don put up 155 points, and he got 0 points from his flex. So, I mean, he's got the Giants receivers, Sterling Shepard. He didn't start him this week against me, which is good around the end zone. He's got both of the Chargers receivers. They were on bye, I believe, so he didn't play them. But Keenan Allen and Mike Williams both put up pretty good numbers last week when he played them. I like Don's team a lot, man. I would not want to come against him in the playoffs. He knows what he's doing. I mean, look at it. He picked up Miami's defense and played them against Jets. That's good situational call by him. That's a call he would have never made last year. Normally he drafts one defense and he plays them the entire season that he drafts. So I just can't get over how proud I am of Don, how he really turned his season around. He's playing me this week, so I hope he takes his foot off the gas a little bit. But I think we all owe him some respect that he didn't get in previous seasons, and that's the last I'm going to say on this.
Yeah, man, the Yeti taking over the Yeti.
Let Cass go on, Don. I don't know if he has anything to say, but I know he's been playing fantasy Don for a while, so I'm sure he surprises me.
Oh yeah, this is Don's best team by far. Obviously, I think the online draft helped him, but that's no excuse. He's been picking up people. He's been making moves. It seems like he's way more into it. He demanded to be on the podcast. He's typing in the chat. So, yeah, that he deserves where he's at. He beat Sal, who's arguably he does have the best team when he didn't have his two running backs. Like that was a huge win. And yeah, I hope Don keeps winning because I don't want to see him in the losers bracket because his team is very good and I would be scared to play it. Those three, the two running backs and Kittle, is a disgusting trio.
Yeah.
And I think they could carry him.
Absolutely.
His wide receivers are not that great, but again, those three are very, very good and good enough to carry him. And he has Keenan Allen, so Keenan Allen stays healthy.
And a little bit of luck.
Yeah.
He's already 4-2, so he's on track to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
He made a little mistake in not starting Shepard this week, but he missed that one.
Yeah, he said he didn't know that he was playing, which
kind of sucks. Now he's got to play how's the other guy?
T.Y. Hilton.
No, T.Y.'s on a bye. He's got to play Renfro. Or unless he wants to plug back in Kill Harry. Actually, he can flex in James White though and move Mike Williams up, but then he's going to continue to start both the Chargers receivers then.
I think he doesn't need that many points from.
No, I know.
In second wide receiver 2 because of those three and Keenan Allen.
Yeah, Keenan
Allen. I think White can put up with a PPR league can put up 15, no problem with the targets he's getting.
Yeah,
as long as he's playing.
Dill got off to a great start, so it might be a little tough for Don this week, but you can't count him out with that team.
Fucking no, never count Don out.
So, what's your prediction on your own game there, Dill? Points for win. Like, what do you think the score is going to be?
I'm pulling for myself.
Win.
Definitely going for myself, of course.
With the knowledge of what happened in last night.
Yeah, of course, that gives me the extra boost. I was a little nervous about plugging Boston Scott because I didn't know what was going to happen without Sanders, but Wentz did great. Scott did great. Defense ended up salvaging me 9 points, which is pretty good for a defense. I'll take that any day of the week. 2 fumbles, a pick, and 3 sacks. Not bad. But I'm like Cass said, those three, his running back duo and Kittle could easily put him right back. Like I put up 61, those three can easily combine for 61, and he's right back in the game. And then, so I mean,
yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean, Tom Brady lit up the Packers just lit up 38 points last week, so Watson could put up against them again. Keenan Allen, the Chargers are going against a pretty shitty Jaguars team. He got Williams and Allen, and we saw them both go off simultaneously against Big's team. I think the only good thing is that his 2 running backs are playing each other, and that's both good defenses. So maybe it'll be a tight game. I don't know if Derrick Henry's going to be able to bust for 200 yards versus the Steelers day as he does against everybody else. So I got that going for me. I'm pulling for myself, but I mean, Don Cine put up points. He was the league leader in points this week. He was second in league leader in points the week before, and he didn't have either of his running backs, so he probably would have been the league leader if he had them. Yeah, man. Don has a good team, but I'm pulling for myself this week.
Kittle is playing New England.
Tough
matchup.
Yeah, Belichick is a guy that's known to shut down like one guy. Their focal point in the offense with no Mostert. I mean, Kittle's definitely the guy, so I'll be hoping.
Players have much better matchups in general.
Yeah, I think I have the matchup advantage. Obviously, my guys went already, so that's good. I think Odell. If you look at Odell's stats real quick, didn't he play Cincinnati once before? That was the game that he kind of off.
They're just not good in general.
I think that was the game. He scored. We watched.
Yeah, it was a big touchdown. I remember that.
Yeah, he did score against them, so that's good. I think Amari Cooper should do pretty well versus Washington. I think Kenyon Drake comes back to earth versus Seattle, though.
Look at Odell's like targets though. It's so inconsistent, right?
Yeah, he's just like Juju, but I think that he's the better Juju.
Is that really his fault though? You know, like it just
No, it's Baker's fault.
Put it on Baker, yeah.
It's Baker's fault. Odell, I don't like Odell much anymore because he left the Giants.
I think Baker's holding that team back in general.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, he sucks.
Yeah, but Odell's a beast. I mean, I hate that he left us, but
dude, you almost put up more points last night than Junior did all last week.
I know. Although I don't have my boy Joey Sly this week, so I traded him away, and he has COVID anyway. So definitely gonna hate missing him. Nah, Junior picked up somebody else. I think.
Nah, no.
And the last we got Weezer versus the dog himself, the defending champion.
What an upset! This was the roller coaster game of the week for everyone.
You guys could take this one. I spoke a lot about the last two games, but yeah, crazy.
I mean, Joey was pretty much busy throwing up in hotel parking lots. I don't think he was sick from the nostalgia of this matchup, or because he was scared to go into Reaper's Revenge, which he never ended up going in. So I guess he's shied away and he quit on that. Hopefully he won't quit on the season because he pulled off a big win. He's back to 4-2, so I guess he's on his high horse again. This is a terrible loss for Sal. 3-3 is not a terrible record, but his team doesn't belong 3-3. I think we all know that. Cass, you could touch on the actual matchup itself.
Yeah, I don't know how Sal loses games with that team, honestly. Like, I really don't. Those running – well, obviously Zeke had a horrible game. He fumbled twice. He's not going to do that again. Aaron Jones, I don't know what happened to him. They were down the whole time, so, I mean – he kind of
game scripted out.
Those two running backs are never going to do that bad again. Like, Ridley I think he's still the number one wide receiver this season, if not top 3, definitely. Robert Woods is so consistent. He just always gets the targets. I'm a big Robert Woods guy.
Galladay's got a juicy match coming up.
He has Galladay. Like,
against Atlanta coming up.
Like, again, Sal's playing me, so I'm scared about this matchup. I needed this win.
I tried trading for Swift last week, man.
Yeah, I didn't get the deal done this week.
I know he wasn't even high on Swift. I was a lot higher than he was. We just couldn't pull off the trade itself, fortunately. But then now we blew up, and it's gonna be even harder to get the trade done. But I like Swift as a possible RB2 for me. But he doesn't clearly so.
Hoping this happens again this week and I can pull off a win. And we'll see. I mean,
Ingram's been just killing him, though.
Yeah, he started Higbee this week, unfortunately, because Ingram's a fucking
he lost that game for the Giants single-handedly, by the way.
I mean, he didn't even have a bad game in fantasy, but he is just not good. I don't.
That one catch to finish the game, and 2 minutes left, that was bad.
I don't know what's wrong with him. I don't know what happened. I want him nowhere near the Giants anymore, and that's what I have to say about him.
Hey, it's a joke. Joey's Taylor's on a bye. I think Bill touched on that earlier, not in the podcast, but early in the week. He's finally got Mahomes. Look, he put Mahomes on the lineup finally, and he gets a win. I know Mahomes had a bye after he decided to not play him or whatever the COVID thing I think it was, right? But yeah. Adams is back. I know Blankenship goes on a bye.
Joey would be 5-1 right now. He's 4-2 in 5th place. He would be 5-1 in second
place.
Could
be 5-1. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yep.
He'd be 5-1 with more points than you. He'd be 1 game away from being in first place if he started Mahomes that week. But
yeah, that was one of the worst manager decisions I think we've ever at least had that we know of.
At least he picked himself back up, so that's good.
He did admit to it right away, so it's good.
He knows it was a bad play by him. Devontae Adams is back for him. Good. And Robbie Anderson is Robbie Anderson's a top 5 fantasy receiver. Look at Robbie Anderson's stats real quick. He's
been good.
Click on him for the people.
In this flex all year, right?
Look at this guy, dude. Double digits every single week. Just throwing him in his flex.
Yeah.
Guy's got 100 yards, 99 yards, 100 yards. He has the guy's got 100 yards in 4 of his 6 games he's played.
He's an ugly motherfucker, though.
Yeah. I think Joey's team is very good. Again, a top 5 team. If Joey doesn't...
Metcalf and Adams is crazy, dude. I don't know how he got away with that.
Joey's worst enemy is himself, and he beats himself constantly. He quits, and that's it. If Joey just has a better attitude, he could win it. He could go back to back. Like, his team is very good, but again, it's Joey. He quits all the time, so we'll see what happens.
I think he will be in the playoffs though, so
Yeah,
he's gonna be a team to look out for here.
I think it would be a travesty if he didn't make it. I don't know how that would happen.
Yeah. Hooper's out. That sucks. He's been doing pretty well, and they got Cincinnati. Oh, he's got Hunter Henry back, hopefully.
Yeah, Joey's team is stacked.
Be able to put Hunter Henry back in. Yeah, Metcalf and Adams is a sick combo.
No running back depth though.
Yeah, none there. He's got nothing to trade either.
He doesn't even have a backup running back. Literally none on the roster. He does his 2 that he starts, and that's it.
But he will get away with it, huh? Where no one else has, literally.
He just needs to get into the playoffs, and then once bye weeks are done, he'll be good as long as no one gets hurt.
He's walking a tightrope with those running backs. He's right.
For sure.
All right, man.
Covers the week.
Real quick, Cass, if you had to pick the 6 people in the playoffs in 8 weeks from now, what would you have?
I'm gonna have that top 6 people make it. It's boring, but I really don't see any of the top 6 dropping out.
The way it is now, even with the current points for.
Yeah, I mean, Sal is not going to stay in 6th. He's going to move up there. And
you think Joey and Don can hang in there though?
If Don continues to like actually pay attention and make moves, I don't see how he could. Like,
with that roster, I know.
Again, those 3, that might be the best trio in the league.
Yeah,
not including Sal's team.
All right, so at least we can agree though that your 2 teams are the most potential.
I think Chris is just going to keep moving down. I think Junior is going to keep moving down. Me and Dill are on the up, and I think Tooch and Danny have the capability of moving up too, like because they're both
just not the roster, unfortunately.
Yeah. So I don't see much more movement unless injuries happen, but I can't predict that. But I think it's gonna basically be like this with Sal moving up, and then Junior and Chris moving down.
Yeah, I think the 2 Sals and the 2 Lukes are a lock.
Yeah,
guaranteed. You're 6-0. I want to bring up something. You were a bit agitated, baby Sal, that Cass and I were in agreement that you have one of the worst 6-0 teams.
You're in agreement, Cass?
I'm sorry, but hey, it doesn't matter, honestly.
I know it doesn't matter. That's something that Dill said, so it's clear.
Yeah, no,
I know, I'm joking.
Me and Cass.
No, I was just making a joke. I mean, I
wish I had the worst 6-0 team ever. I really do.
Yeah, I just wanted.
I drafted very different this year. I drafted very safe. That draft was so rushed, though. I didn't really have a lot of preparation.
Like, look at the points against. You lead the league.
Yeah, I think
you lead the league in points against, and Don is second. Who's first? Junior. Good.
Yeah, it was Junior. That's.
Oh no, it's me. No, it's Big. I'm in second. Oh my God, Big has 907 points against. Oh, it was Big. It's not Big anymore. Oh my God, that's terrible.
I just realized I have more points for than points against, which is kind of weird because I'm.
Yeah. This is a joke though, right here. It's like 907.
Now I'm gonna put this. Is the Walking Fantasy Curse team a lock for last place?
Yeah, I mean they're out, so they don't exist. So I think technically,
like you're saying to finish the season in 12th.
To finish the season in 12th, lose out the entire losers bracket. Is that a guaranteed lock?
I think so.
Again, I don't. I really truly think Junior have not good teams at all, and
I hope it's
Junior does have McCaffrey coming back, so he could win weeks by himself. But I'm gonna say it will be between Chris and Big.
Yeah, McCaffrey might be enough just to get him out of the 12, honestly. But I had Junior as my 12 going into the season, so I'm gonna try to ride that out. I'd love to see it. I mean, I think we all want to see Junior do a loser punishment. That'd be amazing. So
I do.
That'd be history.
I would love to see Tooch and Danny do it too.
Well,
I
it
don't
would
know.
be nice to get another double. Yeah, before two people to do it again.
I don't want Big to do it again. It was awful. That was the worst.
I guess the good news is I think I'm out of the running for that. At least no, because I think it's bottom four compete. No, it's not out of the running.
I don't think you have to worry about that.
The naked mile really bad though.
Honestly, worst team in the league. Wow, Chris Camarote has the second least points.
Yeah.
Do we know what the punishment options are this year? Have they changed?
I don't know. We gotta talk to.
Yeah, I
gotta
think
figure that out. We're gonna have to put that on.
So wow, man.
We got some.
The problem with Chris is look at his moves.
I know. I was just looking at that.
You don't have when your team is struggling and you have injuries, you gotta make moves. That's really what it comes down to.
They don't count the trades as moves, right?
I think they do. I'm not positive, but look at me and Dill. 39 for Dill, 28 for me.
27 for me. Yeah.
We're putting the work in. It just sucks. Things are out of control. We're making moves. We're trying to make our teams better.
We're not saying trade every week like Dill, but you gotta do something.
Yeah. The waiver wire is so important. It really is. So I think it tells a lot why we're trending upwards and Junior and Chris, who have 8 and 10 moves, are trending down.
Well, it sucks for you because you feel like every time you've been trending up each week, but you've been treading water at the same time.
I had a great week, but then I lose Michael Thomas, Mostert, and I have to play Sal. So I mean, again, if I could pull off the win, I'll be in a very good spot, I think. And
you're in positive point territory for a 2-4 team, though.
Yeah, it's not the points against that's hurting me. It's really the injuries. Michael Thomas has played one quarter for me. Mostert has been injured twice now. Eckler,
AJ Green. Oh, and Eckler dropping a touchdown pass, stuff like that. A couple stupid things.
AJ Green just being awful. But
also being one kick short.
Yeah, I've been making moves, and I feel like hopefully everyone will get back healthy soon, and I can make a run. Maybe not to the playoffs, but to get out of the bottom 4.
I'll look at Junior's schedule. I really hope Junior just tanks the next 4 or 5 games.
Yeah.
But
I want to touch on. I don't know if it's the full PPR or what about this league, but if you look at the bottom 4, no offense to anyone else, but that should not be the bottom 4.
From a managerial standpoint.
Yeah. But I don't know how.
Maybe we're just not giving enough credit to Joey and Don anymore.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe we're just all on more level playing field nowadays.
How it started.
5 years,
Yeah, between Joey, he picked Jarvis Landry 3rd overall to where he is now. He's made huge jumps. So has Don, and you can't hate that they're putting in the work too.
Yeah,
they improved tremendously.
I do want to point one thing out. Luke Adduchio only has 6 moves. That just shows how good his draft has been. Because
that's how it always
is.
He doesn't make a lot of moves. He never makes a lot of moves. He
always does need to do more moves.
I think that's why he never gets the job done at the end. He always drafts very well. He always has a top 3 team coming out of the draft, and for whatever reason, he doesn't make that many moves.
That's weird.
Because he doesn't have to, because the team's so good. But then, I guess it screws him over in the long run.
How much these stats can paint a picture. I'm not the whole thing, but I mean.
Yeah. It is crazy.
So I got a couple starts and sits of the week for you guys to answer.
Okay.
Finish with that, just to make it a little interesting. First one, I have the Dallas and Washington football team matchup. Sit Michael Gallup.
Yes.
Bill?
Yeah, I think so. He looked rough. You saw his drop.
Again, he's the 3rd option. CeeDee Lamb overtook him, and they have Andy Dalton. So I don't.
So did we sit or start CeeDee Lamb then?
Yeah, I'm not even just saying this because I have Cooper, but Cooper looked like the guy.
Yeah. Again,
Dalton was looking to him a lot.
This isn't Dak Prescott. They can't those three are not going to be able to all do like what they were doing without him. And again, they have Zeke, who's always their number one guy. So again, Gallup is, I think, dead for the season, honestly.
I don't think Luke has much of a choice, but he did pick up Schultz today. Do we start him or look for a different streamer?
There's probably not much. The tight ends are just awful this year. Like they always are. They're so risky. You never know. Like they could get literally one catch and you just hope it's a touchdown with tight ends. Yeah, I don't.
Hooper going out was a big thing. Sucks. Yeah. What about Darren Fells?
He actually does. I think he gets a lot of targets, Darren Fells. I just don't really think I could. Yeah, I mean, touchdown. He just gets the touchdowns. Again, that's what tight ends. You really are just touchdown dependent. Besides the top 3 or 4 guys.
Very true. Start, sit, T. Higgins.
You got to start him.
If you're Chris, I don't think you do because his receivers are so good.
That's true.
But
see how this stuff is so
I think you play. I think you play Godwin. I think you play Thielen, and I think you play. I don't know. Maybe flex him.
That is tough because he has.
If you're Chris, you trade one.
Jefferson, I think I don't really like starting 2 players at the same time, but maybe you can start Jefferson and Thielen, dude. Like,
yeah, I don't. It's
Vikings suck. They're always losing.
Brady does have both. That's right.
That's why I never like to have 2 people on the same team like that. I would try to trade.
Dude, I trade Thielen. I'd keep.
I trade. I would trade. Even trade him to Don, like just Don, like knows.
Oh, Don, yeah, big time.
Yeah.
Even to get you won't give away Kittle. Yeah. But Don is the decline trades. I'm not sure if we'll ever see that. That'd be the day.
Start trading with Don. I
think T. Higgins is a start in almost every league. We'll just say majority.
Yeah.
Hopefully they give the ball to my boy Boyd too, though.
And
AJ Green. Joe Burrow moves the ball, dude. AJ Green and Boyd were also eating last week.
So I had to start sit for Jarvis Landry, but I don't know if he's even playing now. So I guess we'll switch it to Odell Beckham.
I think you have to start him.
Yeah, just a big trade block.
Not even saying just because I have him, but like that type of guy you have to start just because.
They're playing Cleveland, so you got to remember that too. I mean,
they're playing Cincinnati, but he's so boom or bust. But like when he booms, like it's 30
points.
Like it's not worth that being on your bench. And he's the only guy, so I mean.
The thing with Odell is you need to have someone safe with him, like Michael Thomas, not this, like someone like that, like Hopkins.
Yeah, hopefully.
Is it time to drop Marvin Jones, or do we stream him because they play the Falcons this week? We already know Galladay has a good matchup there.
Depends who you got, I think.
So if you're hurting for a wide receiver,
I don't know. If you're starting Marvin Jones, your receivers must be pretty rough because receivers are deep this year.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's probably got to be somebody better. There's guys like Keelan Cole and stuff that you could pick up that are just as good.
Yeah, this cash like this one starter sitting Traquan Smith against Panthers, who are a tough defense.
Again, I don't think you have to start him, but he is the number 1 guy this week. They're missing Sanders and Thomas.
I'll tell you what, I am starting Jerry Cook. So
yeah, he should get the majority of the targets, but I think Traquan Smith.
Well, you have a decent bench now, well, even with the injury, so you have a decision to make.
Yeah.
Personally, but
yeah,
I don't think it's a must start.
But it is. You should consider it because again, they're out without the 2 top guys.
Matchup's tough though. Yeah, it's a weird one. Latavius Murray, you think he gets an opportunity? Maybe not in our league, but it might be a deeper league situation. Who has him anyway? I think
Luke has him with Kamara.
Touchdown, right? Oh, that's right. It's Camaro. So Camaro banged up.
Yeah, I actually like Murray, but not.
Yeah, Camara's good to go. You're not gonna if you have him as a handcuff, you're not starting him. So.
Yeah, that too.
Teddy Bridgewater against New Orleans. For those guys like who really need a quarterback this week with the buys, or not quarterbacks are
did pretty well last week when people were picking him or streaming him.
There's some QBs that you could probably pick up that can give you just as good numbers. I don't know.
Do we start Zach Moss?
No.
No.
I think the Ghost has him anyway, right?
No. I traded him to the Ghost, and the Ghost traded him to Luke Liguori, and Luke Liguori started him, and he got 1 point.
If Darnold comes back, do you give Perone a start in your flex?
You don't start any Jet besides Jameson Crowder.
That's my rule, though.
The only Jet you start is Jameson Crowder for the rest of the season. Cass will echo that.
Starter sit MBS and Brandon Cooks. They are playing each other.
Yes, I don't. He just is not good. Like
Scantling, no.
He's not good.
If you watch the games, he's just not good.
He's not good. He's like an Ingram, but worse now, catching wise.
Aaron Rodgers literally needs to put it in his hands. Like, he's not good. And Cooks, again, I have him. I have a tough decision. I don't know who I'm going to put in my flex.
Such a hard choice.
Also, one person I'm considering. The last 2 weeks, he's put up, I think, over 20 and 17 maybe. I don't. He's been really good.
Yeah. Start sit Deontay Johnson.
I think you sit him versus the Titans. That's tough, and this is his first week back in a while, right?
Yeah, not that I really can, but starting Chase Claypool.
Yeah, I don't know if you play Johnson.
Yeah, you got to Claypool.
What about Claypool? Yeah,
like the number one guy now. He overtook Juju. And
do I play Claypool over AJ Brown? You know, Tyreek Hill and Stephon Diggs.
No.
Your wide receivers are too good.
No,
but if that was the scenario, you probably start Claypool on the flex.
Yeah, you'd probably start.
Depends on your depth, but no, you play your especially.
Ryan Tannehill. This is a junior question, I guess now.
Yeah, he's been killing it.
He's got Brady, so I like Tannehill. I think he's going to give you the consistent points. The upside.
You play Tannehill always. Yeah. You play him every week. I almost fucked myself not playing him.
They're playing the Steelers. I'm not sure. That's gonna be a good game, man.
I
don't trust Brady in fantasy. He just doesn't put up.
Was this the COVID game? That's game where he played?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes, it is.
Oh.
I think.
And moving on to the Niners and Patriots. I guess I'll start with mine. Do we start Jerick McKinnon or Jeff Wilson even?
I'm starting McKinnon in the league, so it's a bad matchup.
Not much of a choice. It's him or Kelly for me. So.
I think full PPR you start McKinnon.
He'll get the catches.
PPR, yeah.
Again, I think he'll get the most of the carries too.
What surprised me with him is he's found his way in the end zone in the red zone, though. I didn't think that on the ground.
Yeah, he actually was good with that when Mostert was hurt.
I wonder if it's just their O-line, but he's a little small of a guy, so he gets himself in there.
And this isn't the same Patriots defense that we're thinking. I mean, it isn't a good matchup, but they're not like old Patriots.
You sit Damian Harris?
Yeah, I think he had a really bad week, and
I don't think you ever play a Patriots running back. Maybe White, or Rex Burkhead on week 3
because of a PPR league. Obviously.
Yeah, you don't play any.
He gets any of the catches. Like it will be the other two that we're going. Even without Michelle, he won't have enough. Like.
So Sammy Watkins is still out in the Chiefs-Broncos game. Do we start McCullough Hardman or even Demarcus Robinson? Anyone take a chance on them?
No, I don't think so.
Hardman puts up a goose egg last week, by the way. Yeah, I think that's tough. I don't think you're in a bad shape if you have to play either of those guys. But these are, we're in bye week territory. That's why this stuff matters, though. Tim Patrick, I like him a lot, but I think he's on the ghost team as well. But I like Tim Patrick. Depending on how good our receiving core is. If you're on buys, maybe.
I don't really like the Broncos offense at all. I mean, I had the chance to trade for
Drew Lock. Who the hell's the?
Yeah. I had the chance to trade for Judy, and I just didn't do it because, one, I have Melvin Gordon, and two, Drew Lock.
Yeah. Another junior question, I guess. Start sit on Laviska Shenault. The Jags are taking on the Chargers this week.
I think he's hurt. I don't know if I think he's playing, but I don't know what's good with him. But I probably would sit him.
Well, he's competing with Chark and Cole.
Yeah.
Who Luke and Don have.
Junior has Juju, right? Shenault might be better than Juju at this point.
Yeah. I think anyone's better than Juju. I'm talking all this shit, and he'll probably kick up this week on my bench, but
Actually, one of the better questions I think going these next couple of weeks and last week was whether you start Justin Jackson and Josh Kelly or Josh Kelly. I guess this is between me and Cass. We both have both of these guys. I'm going to keep Josh Kelly on my bench, especially over McKinnon. I think. Well,
I think I'm going to start Justin Jackson because the Jags are awful, and the last game before the bye, he did really well. I forgot who they played. It was, I don't remember who they played, but he was getting a lot of catches. He was getting all the carries.
The only that hurts you is I think Kelly sadly may get the red zone touches.
Yeah,
which he's been doing even to Eckler.
But I think they really like Justin Jackson because even last year
they were smart. Yeah.
When Melvin Gordon was doing all that shit, they were debating on who was going to be the starter, him or Eckler.
He has some flair to him,
Yeah,
he definitely does. He runs hard, quick.
I think I'm definitely going to start him.
Tampa Bay takes on the Las Vegas Raiders. I'm going to start Ronald Jones. Obviously, I don't think that's a question.
Yeah.
Nobody's looking to play Carr, I don't think.
No.
I guess start Renfro since that's a big question for Don. I guess
I think that's
him in,
an option.
Yeah, I don't like that start personally. What about like an Aguilar even over Renfro? No shot. I mean, he's got Hitland on a buy and stuff, so he's got to figure out. He obviously missed the slate.
I feel like there's someone else on the waiver wire he could pick up that's better. I don't know exactly who's on it, but
he could just plug in James White and just go with the both Charger, receivers.
Yeah, I think that would be better. James White.
Yep. This one, I think this is one I was trying to bring up earlier. The Seahawks play the Cardinals. I like the idea of Christian Kirk, especially in this matchup. I know you're deciding between like 3 or 4 people, but
yeah, again, my flex is like so close between those like 4 guys. I gotta look.
I think it's one of those things. Like I said, you just try to chase the points. Who can put up the most potentially? For that matchup.
I hate like deciding between all 4. Like
if the rest of your team can put up points, that is, If you got to play it safe, then play it safe. But Kirk might be. Do you think he's breaking out, Dylan? Do you think? I think this has been a big question across the NFL landscape this whole week. So I know
he caught one really deep ball that kind of skewed his points. I think Hopkins is still the guy there. Hopkins just had a rough week.
Yeah, definitely.
I think if I'm Cass, I don't think I start him.
Off of targets and stuff, in that sense. Right?
Yeah, his bench is pretty deep. I think there's probably a safer guy.
Yeah.
But he has upside. If you're like, that's one of those guys, if you're like losing on Monday night and you're debating between 2 guys and you need like 25, maybe you plug him in because he's good for a deep ball type thing.
Yeah. Yeah, Kirk's not safe by any means, but it just has, some potential.
I probably won't start him this week, but if he has another big game, then next week I'm going to really have the decision.
He could be getting comfortable in offense. So.
But remember last year, Kirk was involved in like a big trade. I think it was Dylan Jr. And Kirk was really good last year. So maybe he's finding his form again.
Definitely. And I guess Chicago Bears and Los Angeles Rams. On the Rams side, who do we start at running back? I guess Henderson, the only one you can kind of trust. I guess even then it's pretty tough.
It's just a mess.
There, yeah, it's a big mess. I mean, I guess Bobby Tree is the only real start there in Cup. I guess.
I'm pretty sure he didn't practice today or something. If you want to go look at that, I don't know if he's not playing.
The commissioner.
Yeah, it would be big for me, but I also have him in another league. So yeah, see, put him in. I'm pretty sure he didn't practice today or something.
Digby too, huh?
Yeah, see, he didn't practice.
I think it was one of those game time decisions that keep our eye on. Yeah.
Woods is so consistent.
Oh, but it's a Monday night game, so it's gonna be a little bit late of a call.
Woods is so good.
Yeah, but those are tough, man. Like, because it's Monday night, you got to make a decision prior because. Yeah.
Obviously, I don't want to help Sal out, so I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah. It's tough, and Higbee's on that boat too. So.
But he's got to start him now because he used. I think
that could be the matchup of the week, though. It's you versus him. You versus him.
Hopefully, I need a big week for my team.
I mean, What do you think, Dill? What do you got for a matchup of the week? I like that matchup actually a lot.
Though Joey versus Luca Duccio could be a good one. What kind of buys does Luca Duccio have? He's only projected 108. Did he not set his lineup yet?
Something's wrong.
Oh wow.
Bro. Does he even have another quarterback? You have to pick up a quarterback.
Yeah, he'll pick someone up.
Lindsay, he's plugging Lindsay in for who?
Hollywood, I think he flexes.
He has no running backs.
Yeah, Lindsay's
wait, where? Josh Jacobs in the flex.
Who was his other running back originally?
He's got Camaro.
No, but his other one, he had Philip Lindsay in the whole year? No, right?
It's Josh Jacobs, man.
Oh, okay, he's in the flex. I see him. Okay. I was going to say, I know he had two.
You should probably put someone else in over Lindsay.
Yeah, I guess he's trying to hope on the Melvin Gordon not playing scenario.
He has not many options there.
Even, I guess you could start Murray and Kamara if it's possible.
Yeah.
With all those receivers being out, it's very plausible. Murray can still give you, some upside. I don't know. For Hayden Hurst, you could plug in two tight ends.
I think that's what he did last week, and it actually worked out. Pretty sure.
Definitely, absolutely do that. Detroit has a juicy ass matchup, so, and they're playing each other, so it's very, very likely. We'll see.
The big win for whoever pulls that out.
Like Joey's finally kind of full strength here. This is his team now,
Why is he starting Jamal Williams?
Oh, never mind.
Yeah,
Taylor's on the bye. That's right. So he's not full strength by any. He's definitely not full strength. But he gets Adams back. So I think Dill touched on that last week. He's got no Taylor next week. So what are you going to do with running backs? I guess the answer to your question, Dill, is he's going to pick up Williams and start him. Jamal Williams.
I guess so.
Yeah, I think me and Sal is a really big matchup because if I win, I'm right back into a playoff push. And
shoot. Yeah, I think it has a lot of implications to it. I mean, it doesn't put you
like to 3 and 4, and
that's what I'm saying. To him to go to 3 and 4 at this point, is a little crazy.
Yeah,
I think the projections. I don't think tell the story here. I think that's crap as usual. They're 64%. Like, how can you just give them 64%? But and he's bearing injuries. I don't get how the computer's not real. So
projections are awful.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even see how he gets that. It's wild. You don't go by that shit, though,
Mm-hmm. Gaskin's a big loss for me. He's actually really good.
Yeah, well, with your running back situation, absolutely. Told you Gaskin would be a horse for you, man.
Yeah.
Saw that coming. You had thank God you had that depth for real, right? Because you're taking a beating, man. So I guess we'll you have the power rankings on you, Dill. Obviously, I'm going to post it in the description.
Yeah.
You want to go through it?
Yep. No problem. I have the picture actually. All right. We start with Baby Sal, 6-0, of course. Don, second highest scoring last week, highest scoring this week. Fourth place overall, but he's on the upswing, higher than Luke Adduchio and Luke Liguori and Weezer, at least over the last 2 weeks. So he's there. Week 3, we have rank 3, we have Luke Liguori. He got a win without Cook and Carson. So then Julio Jones looks back. So, I think that the 117 he put up last week is, that's low for him because he didn't have his studs and still got the win. 4, I have Luke Adduchio. He did lose 2 in a row, but he didn't have his running backs. I think he gets them back. So those should, total for at least 40 points each week. So I still think he's right up there, one of the best drafted teams. We got Weezer at 5. Most points in the league. He just had a tough couple of weeks. His team just isn't producing, but I think he's going to turn it around. We have Joey at 6. Not much to say about him. Adams is back, which is good. But it's just running backs aren't that deep, which is the reason that he's there. 7th is Cass. He's trending upward, as we talked about already. He dropped 130 points without Thomas last week, which was important. He got the win. Tough matchup this week, though. 8th is me. Kind of similar to Cass. Was lower team on the upswing. And Kenyon Drake and Amari Cooper look alive, which is good because I was concerned about them. Ninth, I have Chris. Honestly, he might move down in the future. He's ninth right now because he's 3-3 in a playoff or right before a playoff position, so we can't count him out yet. But it looks like he really needs running backs. He's very deep a receiver, so he should be looking out for a trade of some sort if he wants to move up. Because I think he's fortunate to be 3-3. Tuch and MacLane are at 10. I think they're smart. I think they drafted well. Just, like I said, some tough luck. Things weren't going their way, and I'm not sure how the Bell situation is going to help or hurt them. So I don't know. EveryDayImRusselin was their first-round pick, so we'll consider that when we put them there. And then 11th, we have Junior, 76 points in a full PPR league. Absolutely embarrassing. Team is garbage. Picks up everybody's handcuffs, but doesn't actually draft players that he's going to be able to start the full season. And I think that's biting him in the ass, especially when all these players start coming back. Dalvin Cook will be back next week, so say goodbye to Alexander Madison. He does get McCaffrey back, which I'm sure will help, but Mike Davis has been doing a fine job. And he has no receivers. Dak Prescott got hurt, which was the heart and soul of the team. And, we have the Ghost at 12, 0-6. Nothing to say about him.
Yeah, man.
Oh, there he is.
So, you have any closing statements? Cass, this is your week, so.
You want me to make a prediction on the
Yeah. Do it.
For the championship? I think it will be Luke Liggs and Sal, the Commissioner Sal. Those teams are just, their starting lineups are just unreal, and that's really what you need in the playoffs once bye weeks are done and all that. And for the loser's punishment, again, I'm gonna say Chris versus Big, and I'm gonna pray for my boy Big to pull it out because he doesn't deserve to do the punishment again. It's not fun. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy.
Will he have to do the punishment if he still loses?
I think you get a pass, but you might still. I don't know what goes on in the video.
He did say from Inside Report. He did say he'll do the punishment.
I think Sal said that you don't do it 2 years in a row or something. I don't know exactly.
I think that I think Big will just elect to not continue with the league because he's already done and the season's not even over yet. So
the inside scoop I got from his mouth was that he will do it. He doesn't have no problem doing it.
I think he will pull it off. Obviously, I wish Junior will be there, but again, he has McCaffrey and he could win weeks by himself.
Yeah, it sucks. McCaffrey might keep him away from that 12 spot. Oh man! All right, guys, should be another interesting week.
That's about it.
Maybe catch some games together.
And if I win this week, watch out.
Everyone's welcome.
I'll be making a playoff push.
I'm not sure what the Sunday night game is, but
yeah, health permitting.
Yeah, right. Well, Cass has to get better too and get cleared.
Of course.
Seahawks Cardinals. That's an interesting one. Phil, if you want to come through, maybe we'll actually get our the sauce that we like, the sriracha one, not freaking honey chipotle.
Oh yeah, delivered the wrong sauce.
Maybe Sal turned us on to the best wings ever, and we've gotten it every Sunday since.
It's tradition at this point. So, all right, boys. Good luck this week, man. Love you all. God bless everybody.
Good podcast. Good luck with the
healthy big
week 7, boys. Cherish it because it's going fast.
Absolutely. See you guys in the chat.